and you hear different stories what people saw, right? Some people say they didn't see anything. Some people say they did.
saw it all.
Yeah. Sports director's like, take a replay. And I'm like, oh, ready, replay. You got a replay?
Did you go to Whitewater?
No.
Okay.
God, no.
But we have Alex back, rocking and rolling.
Hey.
Dude, he's all neck tatted up too.
I will say that class, you said it was like one of the hardest.
Yeah.
I agree. I
remember talking to you and you just be like, I'm dying slowly. Welcome back to the Jordan Whitrock Show. I'm your host, Jordan Whitrock, and today we have a very, I'm going to say it again, special guest. He's someone that I had the opportunity to go to undergrad with. He came in as I was a senior, as a freshman, and so it was unique to kind of see him find his place in the school within the multiple departments. And with that, I haven't seen or chatted with him for a while, so I'm thankful that he came here to talk on the show. So I want to get down into all the TV shows he's been working on, productions on the side, improv show, all the good stuff. So without further ado, let's welcome to the show, Logan Dupont. Woo!
Ooh, is there a sound effect? No, it's
yeah.
it's just,
Woo, woo. No, there's no sound effect. It's
okay.
us. That's
why.
Wah, 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 wah. All right. So Logan, what have you been up to, brother?
Oh, that's a very broad question there. Holy crap! I've acted in quite a few things since we've last chatted. We'll get into more of that later. The improv show, like you said, that was a really big.
Oh, I was so sad because you literally shot that but you performed that the week before I came back. Because like literally a couple days I was like, I wonder what shows they're doing. I'm like, I don't think they're doing any shows at the theater. I'm like, but the improv show, I wonder when that's going to be. Literally 2 days later, it's like, hey, we're doing it this week. And I'm like, no, it's the week before I come back. That sucks.
Yeah.
But how did that go?
I'd say it went really well for like the last like show. There were like, it was really hard and difficult. Like that whole week, there were so many like with school, obviously, I had work I had to deal with and I couldn't get out of, and just like, since I had Aaron the past couple years, and like, I wanted to get a new co-host with me. Mm-hmm. The issue was, this is like the final show, and I was like, if I wanted to get another co-host, I would have had to have like a passing of the torch kind of thing, like Aaron did with me with the buzzer.
Yeah.
But this year I was just like, there's no point, so I'm just gonna have it just cut off with me. Yeah. Why are you laughing at that, man?
Yeah, shit. So I couldn't share the spotlight. It's like, you know what? I'll just take it home.
No, it worked out really, really well. I'm happy with
what was like the plot thing? Because I know you guys always had like kind of like a mini plot.
I was debating if we would still do a plot with it, but I still kind of went along with it. It wasn't as like scripted and plotted out. I think the biggest thing was that like it was the final show and I just wanted it to be a really good show. And I kind of made it seem a sense like I was trying to live in Aaron's shadow or something. Like I was trying to be him. Like when we went into intermission, I thought it would be a good idea. There was like a hat backstage, right, for like scenes of a hat, and so I put it was my Freddy Krueger hat that I had for Halloween. And so I had that on. I went out and I acted like Aaron, tried to be like Aaron at the end of intermission, and I was like, it's not working. I'm not Aaron, guys. I'm sorry. I can't do accents and everything. I was like, he could do so much, but the show went really well. I cut a lot of well, not a lot, but like some of the games we had.
Okay, what games did you end up using for this year?
So let's see. I'm gonna go through the order of it. We started out with Scenes from a Hat. I wanted to get rid of Scenes from a Hat.
Yep.
I just didn't think it was like, I just felt it like would fall flat sometimes. But this year it was really good because people like used each other to like it wasn't all like individual people coming up. But it went really well. But I only did audience prompts, and some of like, you could see me like at the start of the show just like, oh no.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Every single time I knew mine was the one that's no, that doesn't work.
No, you'd be surprised at some of the things that like people like. I could have done a better job explaining to the people like what Scenes from a Hat was, but they didn't. Like they were kind of like saying the scene like, these people are on Mars, right? Yeah. And so I had to like, I don't know, and so I had to like say like, you're raising a cat from Mars. Because a cat was on one, like something to do with a cat.
Yep.
But then after Scenes from a Hat, we did.
The audience is walking around like, "Yo, was that yours? No, that wasn't mine. Wait, did they use any of ours? No."
I mean, I only used the ones in the hat.
Yeah.
But then after Scenes from a Hat, then we did two-line vocab, which is one of my personal favorites. That one, I mean, in two-line, I just like to keep it in. I don't think the audience likes it as much as I do, but it's still like I still think it went really well.
Yeah.
And then after that, oh Christ, what did we do? I already got the order. But we did dubbing, which you were in the improv class, right? Senior,
Did we do dubbing?
It was, yeah, you were in the improv class.
Where you have someone act.
Yeah, we have someone act. Yeah, and so like 2 people acted out the scene, and 2 people would like dub over their voices. We had that. We had a couple new ones too. We had, I found something called Mission Improbable, which is pretty much 2 people got to act out this like they had to act out a mundane task like cleaning the cat or taking out the trash. I think they had to like prepare. I don't know if this was a rehearsal or actual show, but they had to like prepare for Thanksgiving. I think that was the show. And it was like intense music was playing in the back, and they had to act out like spies, and I would be like their boss giving them the task, and they had to be like super superstitious about it. Huh. And so that was, I think that was an audience favorite. I kept in Dating Game. Dating Game was always one of my favorites. I brought that in from high school because I did that. And I feel like it always hit the mark. There was this really funny moment where the blue team was going, and it was Scott. Scott Michaels. He thought that he was kidnapped and was brought on the show when he was like, because he's in debt with the mafia. So, let me explain the Dating Game real quick for those who don't know. But pretty much there's a bachelor and 3 like bachelorettes, and the bachelor leaves the room, and while the bachelor leaves, I give the 3 bachelorettes like 3 like unique prompts that they have to guess, and so
which could be like a personality trait.
Yes.
A physical something.
They're an animal or something, right?
Yep.
And so Scott believed that he was like kidnapped by the mafia. And so behind him at the end it was I had Caleb and Drake Jesse.
Yep.
And he was like really scared, and like the very final moment of the Dating Game, both Drake and Caleb get up and just come behind Scott and place their hands on him, and they're like, "You're coming with us," and it is like a perfect buzzer moment.
Yeah.
So that was great. There are a bunch of other really good ones.
Nice.
I can't remember.
Did you do? So you did the improv show. Did you also have scenes? Was that also? I saw that
scenes.
Did you? Were you part of the like? The individual scenes that like it was like a show kind of vibe, but there was multiple scenes. Were you a part of that or no?
Like I was like involved with like a scene. I was only involved with, well, technically for Mission Improbable, like I mentioned, I was like giving them the prompts, so I was kind of involved there, but it was just to add for aesthetic.
Gotcha.
But the finale, like last year, the finale, what we had done was we did the Dating Game. But I had all of the players be the bachelorettes, and I was the bachelor. And so I had to ask all 8 of these people questions. I had to figure out their prompts, and it was a really fun time. It was like a 10-15 minute game. Yeah, it was long, but it was a good like showstopper.
That's awesome. So did the department have any other shows that went on? Did they do like scenes like?
Oh yes,
was there
yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the scenes thing. Is that what you're referring to?
You're good. Yeah.
Oh no. Anywho. Yeah. There we did. Because we have like senior project.
Yep.
That class.
Was that kind of the idea of senior project? Was that?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. So pretty much like we did these scenes. And I wasn't able to, like, we had class periods and we had rehearsal times. I was only able to make the rehearsal times because of work. Like, I couldn't make the class time. Yeah. And Jane was actually very nice, and she was like checked in with everyone to see which class time worked the best for everyone.
Yeah.
I was the unfortunate one that couldn't go to class. So actually today I'm able to go, so I'm gonna surprise everyone like, hey. I was there the first day and I was there the final day. No other day in between.
Wait, are you guys done after this week? No.
Well,
you have one more week, but she doesn't have class kind of thing?
She doesn't have class scheduled next week.
Okay, got you.
So, this is the final week and probably the last time I'll see Jane. Very sad. Well, probably not final, but like for a while at least.
It's over.
Anywho, off track. But yeah, the scenes we did.
What was your scene and what was your partner?
My partner was Caleb.
Okay.
Right.
Yep.
And it was Mound Builders is what it was. That was the play, and pretty much it was.
What's the synopsis of the play? I've never heard of that.
I don't even know what the play was about. I think it was something about. Okay, wait. If I remember correctly, I think we diverted from the actual synopsis of it.
Okay.
We just kind of acted out the scene as is, but like our characters, like, let me just explain the scene real quick, and I can explain the actual play.
Go for it.
The scene was we were these two like drunk. I think we were also like stoned, like guys. We were fishing.
Like, I'm from Wisconsin, I know.
Yeah. But like we were these guys like fishing and whatnot, and like we had like run out of alcohol or something, and like the scene starts out with like nothing. We have nope. We have no alcohol, and I go to this cooler, and I'm like, you call that nothing? There's like a bottle of whiskey, and like I just kind of have to figure out this like old wives' tale or something. Okay. Beer on whiskey, mighty risky. It's like something like that.
Okay.
And we're just acting out like drunk, and then we eventually drink, and then we start like looking at the moon and just like in awe of the moon, and then we start arguing over like the summer solstice moon.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah. A casual conversation as two like drunk and stoned guys, right?
Huh.
Yeah, it was really interesting, and then it kind of ended with like me going to take a wee wee. Yeah, and that is.
See, that's like one thing I've never been good at. I've never been good at, like, gotta get better. And I have the textbook now, so I can actually like learn. But how to be drunk?
Yeah,
it's like, to me, I think you know how to do it or you don't, and if you don't, then you just have to like find a way to learn how to do that, like how to, it's fighting against. It's not, you don't actually act drunk, you act trying not to be drunk.
Yeah, it's the very typical like, oh, how's it going, man? Yeah, I love you, bro. Like that stuff, like that's not how I guess there are people like that who actually act drunk, but like an acting,
but they don't know they're drunk too.
Exactly.
Right. Or I guess probably in that moment they're not thinking that they're drunk. You
can tell the people who are acting drunk, and you can tell who has actually been drunk before. Like, or like, I'm not sure.
It's wild. Yeah, it's kind of a crazy thought to think that like someone. Although I guess it's not crazy because like I've never smoked or done anything like that, so I've never been high. So when I've always been given like, "Hey, you're high," it's like,
wow, you don't know what to do.
Squint eyes. That's all I know.
Yeah, squint eyes, just like calm, like. Yeah.
Hey, brother.
Yeah. But yeah. But the whole play itself, right? Okay. The play was about these two. Well, I don't know like the whole synopsis of it, but I just know like the subtext of the scene, or the context of the scene is like I'm like one of the guys. I think my character is trying to get with the other character's girlfriend. I think. That's what I think is what it was.
I think it also could be him. I'm not 100% sure.
It could have been him. We also actually, before we did that scene, we had another scene.
Okay.
We were gonna do, but me and Jane, Caleb, Jane discussed it. We didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
And that was we were. Oh God! It was
Star-crossed lovers.
Well, actually, it actually was something like Caleb was confessing his love for me.
Was it from anything? Also, Almost Maine.
Maybe it was something about
like that,
he broke his face. Like there was a girl, like we were talking about her horrible dates,
and
everything, and then he was talking about how his date said he smelt bad, and I was like, I think I got you beat. My date, I broke her face. Yeah, and because I'm like, and we acted out like Southern accents, like I done got like. She broke her face. I picked her up, and then I saw something. I dropped her, and she broke her face. and then after we're talking about our failed dates, he's like, he's like, I think I'm in love with you, Randy. And I go, I don't know, Chad.
Wait.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
Oh, I think I did a Are there houses like back to back?
Oh God, I have no clue, dude. I was just given. I don't read this. I mean, I read scripts.
No, that's like one thing I've learned because like don't be. I never read the script either.
Yeah.
But then going to school, it's like no, you have to. That's the only way that you'll understand who your character is, and that's just the tip of the iceberg that you have to do.
If it was like a serious like actual role, if it wasn't for a school
but that's the thing is how you practice is how you play. So if you practice like that, that's how like when you get and like that's the same thing for me. For the longest time, I would never do the actual research, and then you would get like an opportunity and. Your lazy ass or my lazy ass would be like, okay, I think I could just wing it. I think I can wing it. And then you realize like, in the real world, you can't wing it because the casting isn't 12 students.
Yeah, no,
and half of them are females.
I also have to get down. That's something I'm horrible at is like doing the research. But I feel like I'm always so drained by like other schoolwork and everything. And I don't have like time for like to read a whole script. And I'm also like, not always like I don't have the attention span for it.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that. But like this quarter for me, because we run quarters, was like the first quarter where it was like I read so many plays because it's just like you have to, and you'd stay up till 1 a.m. to just read them because you're like I have to, or it's like you didn't touch your computer to do anything, game wise, or it's like because that just gets sad because you have to realize is this what I want to do? Because if it is, I have to commit, And then through all my audition process, I realized like like I have to literally read the script. I have to watch if there's a version of it, watch it just so I can get like the scenery vibe of it, the set vibe of it. And then I need to like do actual and like how like people say like how devastated they are when they don't get a character or like they're up for a role. I never really understood that, but it's like, oh wait, hold up. I'm doing all this work to get to like be this character. I'm doing all the research that you would do when you get the role, but you have to do it before because you have to know how to go into the audition room and how you hold yourself. And for me, I like had my first true experience where I put all the work. I memorized the 2 songs and the monologue on top of all the other stuff I had going on. And it was like I did the audition. I'm like, damn. Like at first I wasn't like I really wanted the character. It was more of like I just wanted to make sure I made a good impression because these people don't know who I am. But then it was like after I was thinking about it and like a week went by and they still hadn't submitted the cast. I'm like, it would be kind of nice if I got the part, but it's like then it's like I did get the part, let's go. But it was like if I didn't, I would have been like, damn, that does suck when you put all your time and effort into something and then you don't get it.
I'm gonna bring a little story here real quick. I mean, when I first came here, like you probably remember this, but I was really obsessed with Clue.
Yes,
right?
so obsessed.
Yeah, well, it's because
Were you green?
Yeah, I was green.
Yeah, because we were both green.
I was. You were green.
Yeah, we were both
green. Oh my God, that's awesome.
That's what I remember.
But so that in high school, my junior year of high school, I remember before I auditioned for Clue, I had only ever been on one show and and actually acted. Right, I've only ever been like a light technician or anything. Right, so I was encouraged to audition for Clue, and it was like it wasn't like a small like cast thing. It was like a small play. It was like a 2. Sorry, it was like a 2 hour show. Yeah, and I was like, I'm gonna audition for this, and I put so much time and effort into it. I had done it and I had gotten it, and I had never felt so much excitement when I got it. I also did the lights for that show. I put so much work into it. And then the week of the show, Tech Week, I remember this is 2021, so this is COVID times. I remember I ate a muffin and I couldn't taste anything, which one of the biggest symptoms of COVID is if you can't taste anything. So
what was the muffin? Blueberry?
I think it was like the mini bites, the little bites. Yeah. It was more than likely blueberry.
Yeah, probably blueberry chocolate chip. Those are the
it was blueberry chocolate chip. But anywho, I remember like I had to like. I was so scared in that moment because I was like, oh, do I have COVID? And I went to the doctor and they were like, oh, you should be fine.
Did you take a test?
Yeah, they tested me at the doctor and they said, oh, you should be fine. You don't have anything happening. You should be fine. And then I go home and an hour later, my mom comes in and is like, we got to talk. And then she said, you got COVID. You can't do the show. And then I had to like email my not my professor, it's just high school. Yeah. But I had to email my drama teacher saying, hey, I cannot do the show. I have COVID. And for the betterment of everyone, I cannot do the show. And for me, that personally sucked.
Did you ever get to do the show?
No. I never got to act in it.
I thought you did.
No.
That's why you were obsessed
That's
with
why
it.
I was. Yeah. For anyone I watch it, I never got to act in it. I don't think I ever got that. I'm not sure if I ever got that across. I never. And my last day of quarantine was the last day of the show. So I was back because we did a Sunday matinee.
So did you have an understudy or no? They had some kid in the clutch up.
They had some random freshman
dude.
Come on, and he actually. Fun fact about him, he memorized the show, all my lines by Thursday night.
But that's something you can do with Clue if you're green. Because literally you have a line here or there.
Yeah.
And then most of the lines are at the end. You basically have 2 pages full.
Blocking and everything.
Oh, true.
And just getting the character down. I didn't actually go ever back and watch the show. But I'm obviously, I'm over it now. Yeah.
Isn't it crazy that kid's a senior right now?
No, he graduated.
Oh, did you graduate early?
No, because that's when I was a junior in high school. He was a freshman.
I thought you were saying you were a senior.
No, I was not a senior.
Gotcha.
That kid right now.
Where's that kid?
His name's. He was
well, don't give his IP address. No.
Oh, okay, yes. But yeah. But so pretty much.
We'll look him up right now.
We also have Alex in the studio.
Hey,
I've been waiting for a moment to introduce him. We just never fit in his butt. We have Alex back, rocking and rolling.
Hey.
Dude, he's all neck tatted up too. It's permanent too. No,
permanent. Get a camera on him.
Yeah,
no cameras today.
Switch it to GoPro. Get over here so we can have it for. Yeah, he's got mockingbirds right here. Mm-hmm. What bird is it?
I think it's like a mockingbird or something.
No,
it's a swallow. Swallow.
Yep. Nice. I'd say swallow, but that wasn't the bird.
Yeah. But anywho, coming back to this, obviously coming out of high school, it's one of my biggest regrets, honestly.
That you didn't get to do
that
it?
I didn't ever get to perform. I never got to perform it, and it was.
Oh, yeah.
It was my. I consider in my high school we had a thing where it's who was your role.
Why did you have to get a test?
To see if I actually had COVID or not.
But couldn't you have hit it?
That's the thing.
Wasn't everyone wearing masks back then?
No, at this point, this was June. This is 2021, so this was fall of 2021. So this is when the mask was lifted. It wasn't my sophomore year was COVID year.
Although you know what, I think high schools I don't know what your city is, but my hometown's very rural, and so they were we're done with the masks, kind of thing. But Oshkosh, I think kept their mask mandate until that spring of 22.
Really?
Or something, or it was the end of fall that they were you know what? Yeah. We can let it slide. That would have been my junior year. No, you're right. I'm off. Yeah, no, that's right. Yeah, there's no masks.
A lot of people weren't. I would say people in my community did not like the masks a lot. So there's a whole movement towards it too. But that's besides the point.
Wait, where are you from?
Waterford.
Oh, I've never heard that.
Yeah,
so that's rural. That's rural.
Yeah.
You're right here, brother. We're home. Okay, fair enough.
But yeah, but then after that, I did my senior year. I did The Play That Goes Wrong.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, yep. And so that was a good show. And then opening night, an incident happened, and that was all my fault. Yeah.
Can we share?
I think so.
Just don't say any names or anything.
I'm not gonna say any names. Yeah. I'll pretty much just say at the end of
someone died. No. Wait.
No. No one died. But pretty much at the end of the show, my character gets poisoned and everything. So I fall down, and then characters gloating and everything, and then at the very end,
who are you?
I was Robert was his name, but I was
the brother
of the sister. Yeah.
Yes, because I was whoever Drake. I was the brother. Yes, Drake.
Yeah. Whoever Drake played is who I played.
Yeah.
Right. You guys did the 1-act version. We did the 2-act version.
Yeah.
But at the end of the play, we had the we had at the pants. The person, right? And we had planned out this pants.
No, he pulled everything down. Continue. Sorry, I jumped the gun. I don't know if that actually happened.
You've guessed it.
No.
Pretty much what happened was I had too much adrenaline, and I remember I had there was underwear that we had put on him, so but it wasn't planned, and I guess I had tugged a little too tight. And you hear different stories what people saw, right? Some people say they didn't see anything. Some people say they
saw it all.
Yeah. And it was right
How
in
big
front.
was your auditorium? Oshkosh size or smaller, bigger?
It was around the size of Oshkosh,
Yeah.
but like I feel like opening night wasn't as big.
Okay.
Usually like Friday and Saturday night was our best nights.
How long? So, and did you have to like run that multiple times the next day or something like that?
Oh no, we just eventually just did like
Cut
a
it out?
groin kick at the
Yeah,
end instead
so
of a pants,
cut it
like because we had also.
Dude, that's
How do you think I felt? Like
you felt.
with like,
What about the guy you
the
pants
poor
in front
boy?
of anything?
The poor boy, dude. Oh my
That's
god,
wild.
No, because I didn't even know what had happened fully because what happened like
Were you
okay.
behind him?
Oh no, I was to the side of him. I pulled his pants down,
Oh.
but I looked down, and then as I looked back up, I just saw him like in a murder at Haversham Manor, and the lights went down, and that's when freaking Duran started to play at the end of the show, and we exit towards the side, and. We exit towards the side, and I'm like, what happened? What did I do? What did I do? And then we're doing our bows, and I'm like, I looked at it, I thought like something's wrong. Something's wrong. And I forgot how the rest of that night went, but I just know like, I mean, it wasn't that like big
Did
of a
he
deal.
think you did it on purpose or no?
No, he
Okay.
actually like not enjoyed it, but like,
Yeah, he's a little messed up. He
but
thought
like,
that was really fun.
he like I guess embraced it a little bit.
I don't know how you do that.
I don't know, but like
That's wild.
in like the my senior yearbook, he was chosen like what was his favorite
Most
memory from
likely-
Play That Goes Wrong,
Oh.
and he full out said my name in the yearbook and said when he pulled my pants down in front of an opening night, and it was in front of our band
was
teacher.
was it like when you were dying?
Yeah, it was like I die, and at it's the very end of the play too.
Yeah.
And so pretty much I just get upset at him. I'm trying to remember like why my character was upset at him, but like I just like pants him, and then he's supposed to be like a murder at Haversham Manor, right? But
Was that something you guys added, or is that part of the actual play?
I think it was in the actual script.
Okay, because our one act was different, because I was
It
the
was.
character across from you, and then Drake would have been your character, and it was like he fell, and then came back, and then died again, and then it was.
I did do a very good like well not very I can't say I did a very good death, but I like had a very elongated death sequence, right? Where I was like had like the cups had like what was in the cups? It was like
Poison? I
yeah,
don't
it was
know.
like it was like paint clean. It was paint something. I don't know.
No idea. I think we used
But
prop.
it was something you should not drink. Anywho,
And you committed to it? No.
but how like, I was like yelling at him like, oh, brother John. It was John
Jonathan.
because he was your
Yeah.
character. We didn't act together.
Yeah.
But I was like yelling at whatever his character was, and I was like, oh, how dare you? And I did like a knock knock joke. I gave him a knock knock joke. I don't know why I did that. Because I feel like it would have been better. Because in rehearsal, I had a thing where I was like, I am your creator. You did this to me. Oh. And then I just like, and then I realized I have a cup in my hand. And I can't die with a cup in my hand. So I just go and place it back nicely onto the thing. And then I fall down.
Oh, I see.
And I do a little struggle. And then
Yeah.
yeah.
So you get done with high school, and you're like, I'm gonna do acting, or how did you end up at Oshkosh? Was it RTF?
Actually, what it was, I would say, Jane was one of the biggest reasons for me coming here. What had happened was we did like this, it was the Titan preview day,
Okay.
and when I first like stepped foot in Oshkosh, I'm like, oh, there's something about this place that just suits me, right? I don't know,
Just
what
like
it
the
was.
size of the campus.
It was
and
just
stuff,
like I
or-
don't know what it was. It was the first campus I actually had visited, so it was probably like, oh, it's probably just that, right? But then there was like you can choose like two different places to tour. So I viewed I did RTF.
Yep.
But then there was a theater slot. However, theater wasn't available because it was too small, and Jane was at another place. So
Gotcha.
but then we went to like these booths, and that's where I met Jane, and we started talking a little bit.
Yep.
And she was just like, oh yeah, we have this and that, and I was like, I want to actually like see the theater, and she was like, she gave me a personal tour of the whole theater building.
Dude, I used to give those tours for the theater department.
Yeah.
Would have been after you, because it would have been probably my senior year. She's like, yo, can you just go over there and give it to her? I'm like, sure. I was like, yeah, I guess I can. I've been here long enough.
But after that, after I viewed Oshkosh, I was like, yeah, Oshkosh was like, I liked Oshkosh.
Yeah. Did you fall in love with the theater or the radio TV film?
It was mainly the theater because
Interesting.
Jane said that she was thinking about doing Clue, and I was like,
yeah, that was like her way to just get you.
Yeah, exactly. That was probably Jane's trickery.
I'm trying to think if there even was discussion. So this would have been after after one act.
This was 20.
So this is when they chose.
This was spring of.
This
22.
was Dracula, right?
No, this is before Dracula.
But you would have.
I toured it junior year. I came to see She Kills Monsters.
Oh, that was like my sophomore year.
Yeah,
that's wild.
Yeah, so it was your sophomore.
That was the one show I wasn't in that year.
Yeah,
because I had a band concert.
I came to see that, and I saw that, and I was like, I want to be a part of this. And
wait, yes, because in senior year would have been when we popped off with shows. Our shows were really good. No, junior year. Actually, sophomore year and junior year, the shows were good. And I'm talking sets.
You had
Grease.
You did Grease.
Yes, that was junior year.
I did want to see Grease,
but that was like the sets were good because we had the faculty to do that. And then my senior year, which is when you got here, surprise! Everyone left.
Everyone's gone. No shows. I was going to audition for Private Lives. No, it's just Dracula and Shakespeare.
See, yeah, I've talked about this, but I never was gonna audition for Dracula because I knew there was people that wanted roles that I was like, I just don't like. There's a chance I might get that role, and I don't want them to be mad at me. I don't want to give them a reason to be mad at me. And it's like, and then that's when Duck Duck was going on, so I was like, I'll just do Duck Duck instead, right?
I auditioned for Duck Duck too.
Mm-hmm. And so then I didn't do Dracula, and then Spring Awakening was the musical, but I was like, there's no way I'm doing Spring Awakening, like. I just know straight up, like, the content that it's about, I don't really agree with. So, like, I just don't think that'd been a good fit. So that would have been probably frustrating for them if they were hoping that I was going to audition. Mm-hmm. And then Private Lives, I was like, this one actually seems like I would audition for it, and that would be good, And then what was the last show? Oh, 12th Night. And I was like, I have to because it's Shakespeare. Everyone, you just need more Shakespeare in your resume. Yeah. So then when they kind of cut half of the shows that I was going to do. So I was like, all right, well, then I'll just, like, hold out till the spring to do that, which then ended up being my last show, which is kind of crazy to think about.
Yeah. But like as I kind of like went through like because I also go back to like the school thing. I visited Stout, which I kind of liked, but then I was like, I don't know.
Did you go to Whitewater?
No.
Okay.
God no. Although I was
UWO student talking right there.
And then I also visited. I think it was La Crosse, but there's no way I was.
Yeah.
There's no way in hell I was going to La Crosse.
And this was all for theater. So you knew this whole time you were going to go
I was going to go into theater, but now, like, as I actually, like, done more RTF. I didn't think I was going to be too involved with RTF, I'll be honest, at first.
Were you a minor?
I wanted to double major. I think I wanted to do
Okay, so you did want to double major.
And then someone was like, oh, nope, there's no major anymore. So I was like, I'll just minor in it. And it worked out with RTF. Yeah. And I just wanted to go with the acting route throughout.
And that's what I got lucky because I was able to do the double major. But I mean, I feel like the education that I got in the theater department was probably equivalent to a minor. So
that's kind of I was like, because like all the classes I saw, I was like, there's no way I was gonna enjoy all of that. Cut that.
Wait, hold up. What would you not have enjoyed?
I don't think. Like, let's see here. There was a lot of like analysis and like stage trap, like costume construction and whatnot.
Because it was more focused on theater as a whole instead of acting directing. Yeah.
I mean, there was like the emphases.
Yeah, which really didn't mean anything. Actually, the emphasis was like the dumbest thing. Actually, because really, I don't know if you ever looked closely, and I don't think it's the same for minors. You probably never did, but in the major, this is how it was broken down. So emphasis of like a thing of stage managing, maybe directing, and then like costumes and acting, something like that. Maybe there was only, and then like by the time I was there's really only two: stage managing or acting. Those were the only two. Mm-hmm. So if you did stage manager, you would have to do the costumes, stage, all that kind of stuff, right? If you do acting, you would have to do the costume, stage, all that stuff. If you did acting emphasis, there was no requirement that you actually had to ever act on stage. Period.
That don't right.
Yep. Like, because I was looking at, because I was same thing. I was like, damn, like I have to take this practicum and this practicum, and then the two that are like you can do whatever you want. You couldn't count acting in a show. Didn't count as those.
That's why I thought
and,
it was like stupid.
I'm like, this seems dumb because you're now saying as an acting emphasis that I have to not be in a show so that I can work behind the scenes of a show. That doesn't make sense. I understand if you're like, yeah, I need you to do costumes once and I need you to do stage. Like that makes sense because you need to know how the shop works or the costumes work. Like have appreciation. Yeah. And that's what I took it as is like, oh, I appreciate the people that are now sewing every costume because that shit sucks. So and so it's like, but then it's like, oh, but I don't actually like, I know there's people in the degree with me when I graduated that never acted once on stage or even like off on a smaller show or something like that. Never acted once and graduated with the degree that I graduated with. And I'm like, that seems a little crazy. Yeah. To me. So when I found that out, I was like, well, this shit's weird. I'm like, that's what I was like,
Yeah, I suppose. But I'm really happy with the minor, honestly. Yeah. And I'm kind of grateful that I did get as involved with RTF as I did.
I was impressed with you when you came in. Well, actually, we should talk about how we met. That's funny. So that year, it was before. Was it before or after we found out the department was cooked? It must have been before, after. But the year before as a junior, I was kind of like trying to take over and be like, yo, let's try to make some events happen, you know. And then senior year, I was like, okay, now I have full control. I'm like, we're putting on events, beginning of the year events, you know, all that kind of stuff.
I remember you taught me how to go to Titan Web.
Yeah. And so it was like, so we had in Oshkosh, they have like Titan Fest. I don't know what they call it anymore, but it was like all the clubs line up outside or in the gym or whatever, wherever they have it. And then the freshmen or other classes can come and walk through and talk to the club. So we had the theater club there and it was just like, hey, we have this show coming up, auditions, or half the time we'd be like, well, we just did auditions because we would as a department, we'd never think about, oh, when do we reach students and when should we have auditions? It's like, oh, maybe we should like hold off just like a week so that we can tell people there's auditions before we have the audition, you know. Sorry, I have a lot of gripes. Anyway, a lot of core wounds. I was abandoned.
We all have those.
I have abandonment issues. No. Anyway, but it was like, so doing that's where like we would have met all those people. And I was like, come to the theater department. We're putting on this event that's like a hoorah kind of thing. We're going to show you the department because there's a lot of times when they tour the theater RTF, they don't really actually show them anything. It's like, they walk through the hall, they make the loop, and then they walk out. They don't actually show what a classroom looks like or the studios look like. And so we did that, which was fun. But that's when you showed up or whatever. And that's when I got to meet you and talk or whatever. Which I do want to ask, what was your first opinion on, like, as a freshman going into that? What was what pulled you into going into that? And did what we did actually do anything or no?
I just wanted to meet people. Okay. Like I came to this campus not knowing anyone. Yeah. Like none of my high school friends came here. Like no one I knew like is actually like here. Like there's some people from high school that came here, but like I didn't talk to them. But I just needed some people to like talk to, and that's like where I eventually wanted to do like acting studio. I think you told me I had to sign up for acting studio.
Yep.
That's what it was, and I'm actually very happy I took acting studio.
Because you would have been cooked.
Yeah, I would have been cooked. I wouldn't have done 12th night. I wouldn't have met all like the amazing people. Because at first I thought it was another clique. Because my high school was a little bit of a clique. But I thought like this camp, like the theater was like a clique. But then like
it was a clique before you came.
Oh, no.
I had to destroy that, but we got it through.
Hey, we're on the same page.
I'm glad it worked.
That was kind of similar with like high school. I kind of destroyed a little bit of the clique, but like there like high schools always have cliques.
High school always have cliques. Yeah.
But anywho, like I thought it was the same thing, but then I think I got more like involved with like I auditioned for 12th night. That was when.
Did you do Dracula or no?
No, I didn't. Okay. It was other Logan that did that.
No, I know that he did Dracula. I just couldn't remember. Yeah, because I only went to the show once.
I had to go to because I was in a creative process with him as well. Yep. That was another theater class I was taking. Mm-hmm. So like I was in that class I met a lot of people too. Okay. So I have a lot to to be thankful for the theater department.
Yep.
And then we did 12th night, which was I was very happy with what it came to be. It was a very fun show acted in. My monologue, oh my god, that was a while to memorize.
That show was crazy.
Yeah.
Dude, I forget my monologue in that.
Oh, my
soliloquy or whatever it's called.
Yeah, Malvolio, bro. I always love. You were like I think one of my favorite characters.
It sucked because I didn't really act with any of them. anyone. And
Yeah,
I think I have fun when at least I can like, if there's like a partner, a pair, like I know, yo, I get to hang out with this person, so I'm gonna build this relationship because we got to be best friends. You know, like when we did Peanut Starcatcher, it was like Drake and I. He was Smee, I was Black Stash. It was like, oh, we got to be tight the whole time. Or Grease, it's like, okay, boys, if we're gonna pretend to be greasers, act as greasers, we need to be homeboys outside of show. So when we come in, it's natural, right?
Yeah.
Like that's how I always look at it. But Magnolia was interesting because no one liked me. So it's like, well, I don't really want to be that. Like, yeah, I'm gonna be close, friendly, and stuff. Yeah. But like, I'm not gonna like really be snickering a ton backstage because I also know as soon as I go on stage, I have to hate you and you have to hate me. So it just makes it more challenging when you really care.
Like, there was
the
no
person.
like connection that was positive.
Exactly. So it was like, for me, I think that was like a challenge. Looking back at it and being like, oh yeah, like that was kind of a difficult. And also, I think you're a senior and you're about to graduate and everything that was going on with the department, the school, and you're kind of just like, I'm ready to go. Yeah. I put my time in,
Yeah, that was the same semester I was also taking a 250 for radio, TV, film. And I like was so scared to do any TV. And then to have a year later have my own TV show.
Yeah. No, that's what's crazy is like I took 120, which is audio, and then I didn't take 250 until that like a year almost later, so my sophomore year. So when you were telling me you were taking 250, I'm like, that's sick because it was the end of sophomore, started junior, where I finally I just learned the first time how equipment works, which means you're gonna forget it all until the second or third time you use it, and then you start remembering how it works and all that kind of stuff. And so when you were telling me this, I was like, oh, that's sick. And then you were like, yeah, I think I'm gonna make my own show. And it's like, you were only a sophomore. And I'm like, literally you're setting yourself up perfect because you're gonna know how to do everything by the time you're a senior, junior, so that you can do whatever you want with the equipment while you're at school still. Before it's like, oh, I learned how to use all this equipment and now I'm graduating and I don't get a chance to like do my own stuff, you know?
And so that's why I'm very happy. Like, and it's crazy. I remember a conversation I had with Justine. I think we're talking about like I didn't have an advisor yet, and it was still while I was producing the show. And she saw I was 19 years old at the time, and she was like, "Wait, Logan, you're 19 years old?" She gave a teenager a TV show.
Yeah, that's the thing too. Is like, I think, and you also kind of look a little older. You can get away with it sometimes, and so I think, which is a good thing. Maybe. Within the industry, because I think there is a lot of bias of like, oh, like you don't know anything because you're young, like learn. Whereas I think you can kind of pass with like, as long as you are like, no, I'm willing to learn, like let's do this, and like you can gain that trust. You don't have that baby face that people don't trust. With that expensive equipment. But okay, so let's talk about your show that you did, you ran. That has it been like a year ago?
It's been like half a year.
Yeah,
since
coming this spring.
Wrapped it up. I remember. So actually, Jordan,
what was the synopsis of the show?
Pretty much, it was It was like a reality TV elimination type show. It was a bracket with
teams, solo.
It was all solo.
Okay.
I wanted to start out with teams, but it couldn't. I'll get into that later.
Yep, nope.
But how it worked was that we had 6 episodes. First 4 episodes, the 2 contestants would compete in challenges, and at the end of the episode, whoever would like win the episode, they would go on to the last 2 episodes as the finale, right? And whoever would lose, bye.
Yep.
You're on here for 1 episode.
Yep.
See ya. And then we did our first 4 episodes, and then the finale. The 5th episode, we had only eliminated 1 person, and then there would be like immunity. We wanted to keep like immunity and everything.
Okay.
And then with the finale, it would just leave only 1 more person.
Okay.
Yeah.
So was it like 3 people in the finale or 4?
There were 3 people in there were 4 people in episode 5.
Okay, 1 gets chopped off, so there's 3 left.
So there's 3 in the finale.
And then it goes to 1.
Which made things so much easier. All the mics and everything.
Yeah, and just like cameras.
Yeah.
It's nice to just use the 3 studio cameras and not have to worry about. Although, did you use the 4th one?
Yes, we did.
Yes, which makes
sense.
We
I wanted to like kind of like use what I learned from Honeydew.
Yep.
A little bit with the host right here. Mm-hmm. But I wanted to like see like because they had like close-up shots of everything as well.
Yeah,
so I wanted to have that aspect. I always love variety of shots. I don't like the basic like 3 camera setup. Like that 4th camera adds so much.
Right, Alex? We got that 4th camera in this bitch.
Yes, sir. Yes,
sir. I'm with like literally this podcast was like you had the 2 shots and then the GoPro, which made 3, right? Which was like awesome because at first I thought I was only gonna have like 3 cameras, and then I was like, then I was watching episodes and I'm like, how do other people produce this? And obviously I don't have the money they do. So it's like, how can I cheat this, you know? And then I think it was Impulsive, which is funny because I hadn't watched their show in a while, but I was like, oh, this is a show I used to watch. Let's watch this episode for the technical side. And then I saw that they started introducing, from the last time I watched, these spliced in cuts where it's not that it's like 2 different camera shots spliced into one. And I'm like, idiot. I'm like, you literally have 2 cameras that you could splice in to make that 4th shot so that you can go from like if you're doing your storytelling, boom, your camera's on you. But then if we're going back and forth, we can take that splice or the GoPro to splice
that 2 shot better be on right now.
But it's like that was like that moment for me was like, oh, the podcast just went from like not S tier, I was gonna say like D tier to like, oh, now we're at least at CB, you know. And it's like,
I'd say it's a D. I'm kidding.
Yeah, I'll give you D- to D. No. But it's like, but that to me, I was like, there we go. Like, you guys start using your resources and like, how can you figure stuff out to make it work and all that. But you know, so, okay. Anyway, so your show, was that the show that I was on?
Yes,
okay.
I was gonna bring that up. Is how right out of 250, Justine said we have a studio production 321, and I was like, you know what, I'll take it. Shouldn't be that difficult, right? And so
that was the class I did with you, and then I dropped it.
And then you dropped it, yep. And then you were on like so many people's studio shows.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, I think because you want to do the more acting round, you want to focus on that, and also
yes,
like,
it was that point.
You also didn't need it as well.
It was
right?
that because at first I thought I needed it, and I was like all the other classes for RTF didn't work in my schedule. I'm like, damn, I have to take like the hardest, like arguably the hardest class in this program, especially if I'm not thinking that's the route I'm gonna go, heavy technical, you know. Also, like, you learn a studio that you never work in again.
Yeah.
And everything is different outside of it.
I will say, you know? I mean, at least from what I've learned, you still like have those like,
yeah, the
especially
terms.
With I have a TV show, you know the terms, you know, it's all basic crap, just putting stuff on like preview or like taking it down. There's all like the like particular things about the Titan TV station, right? Like we had like the studio, we have like certain cameras, like how the router works and everything. But a lot of that's like for RTF, like that's for the school. It's how it operates, whether it's really old so you have to do it this way, or it's like the new tech and it's like, oh, this is different. Like, but for me, I was like, damn, like that sucks, I have to take this. But then the school changed all how they do all how the programs can operate and offer classes, take away classes. And then I don't know, we did the math wrong or something, me and my advisor, but then all of a sudden we're like, you don't have to take this class. And I'm like, drop immediately. I'm like, no way I'm taking that class. I forget what I picked up instead, but it was a lot easier than that. I will say that class, you said it was like one of the hardest. I agree. I
remember talking to you and you just be like, I'm dying slowly.
It was a very big pain because my entire group was like, including me, was like very like inexperienced. Like people were like, we had one person who was like coming back from a long like time away from RTF. Yeah. And then it was like me and 2 other people who would just come out at 250. And so everyone, like, then we had like groups where it was like Jenna, Amelia, like these like heavy hitters, and I'm like, well, this is gonna be fun. But I'm very happy with how the show turned out. Jordan was on. You won it, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Oh, did I win?
I'm pretty sure.
I might have won.
You won.
It was Glenn and I, right?
I remember because we got rid of Shabilsky.
Was that a choice from the booth?
Or? Yeah, it was my choice. Because I'll be honest, I think because of like the lighting, I couldn't see it that well. And I just assumed it was not that well, and so I didn't see Glenn's drawing. I think I was like,
you're right, that's what it was. I was gonna say, I'm like, I don't think I did bad. You're right, Glenn's was really bad.
And then
you kicked Dylan's off. It was so funny. I forget, what was the last question in that show?
Oh god. Oh, it was the contestants had to like the eliminated people came back on and they had to ask why you should win.
Yeah, I don't even know what mine was.
Yeah. I think they just asked you like why you should win. You're like, you know, big guy over here. Well, it was either you or Glenn.
I don't remember what we said. We got to pull it up in the archives again.
Yeah. To
figure what that was out. Yeah. No, and that was cool. So we did. I don't think like you said you didn't do this, but you had teams. So our team was Dylan, Glenn, and I.
Yeah.
And then you had a different team, and then those competed in a scavenger hunt, which I'm not gonna lie, I sold our team so bad on our scavenger hunt, but somehow we won still. I
honestly I as really like that it was a 6-minute package, which was a lot of time.
Yeah.
But I was very like happy with it. I could have done better with it, honestly. I could have planned it a lot better.
I was still it must be because I was preparing for this episode, but I was thinking back and I was like, oh, it's right. I was like thinking about I'm blanking on his name. He's gonna hate me for this. I see his face. Who was the mic operator? Who was the host?
Was
No, what the hell? Ben. There we go. Ben Colm.
Ben.
No, not Colm, but Ben.
Cologne.
Okay, it's Colm.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah, that's right. He did it. I have a funny story. I have a really fun.
Okay, but the quick before that, the camera work though of him running with the camera was so cool because no one had done that really before that I had seen to that extent level. And I was like, oh, that's a cool thing to introduce or whatever.
Yeah. No, I thought it was really fun. I love the prompts. I love the hallway shot of everyone running. It was really fun.
Yeah,
it was really fun. Anywho, back to our first episode.
Okay.
Of the actual show. This wasn't the studio show. Ben was technical directing for me. I was directing, and Josh, my amazing executive producer. We've seen each other like barely this semester, and we saw each other so much last semester, and I've barely seen him. Anywho, but like he was assistant directing, right? And
dude, you know what's funny? He did the first 2 episodes of this podcast. He was my technical director, and then he just got too busy with your show that he was like, I can't, and I was like, nah, fair enough.
Yeah.
But okay, continue.
Big one. Homie. Big body. Anywho, what had happened was we were ready to like go on air. I was like, all right, I'm ready, right? And we had the off-air monitor on. We have like a monitor in the control room where it just like shows like you are on air, right? And so I'm like, ready I think we started out with camera 2, right? Like, ready camera 2, ready mics. Take camera 2, take mics. And I was like ready, and like Scott Michaels was hosting, right? Okay. And so he was talking. Now keep in mind, Ben was technical directing, right? Okay. And he hosted the very first thing. Yeah. So 10 seconds into to me directing, Ben just says, "We're not live." And I look up towards the off-air monitor, and it's Ben talking like the studio show was on. So the program director put on the program the wrong thing. So Ben says, "We're not on air." And I see my technical director on the screen. And I'm like, that's not right.
Wait, but it looks like we are. But how'd you get way up there?
So it was such a bizarre moment. And then it switched to Scott Michaels. So if you look in the archives, you will see
the first episode.
It's a start off with Ben Cloman. It just randomly cuts to Scott.
I love that.
Yeah.
There's so many shows like that.
Yeah. All the mistakes and all the and that's one of my favorite things about RTF is all the mistakes that are made and people just laugh about it. Like I remember my first news broadcast, we had lost I was teleprompting, and Jenna was the anchor and Veda was directing.
Okay.
And Dylan Shabilsky was doing the sports report in Kolf, and they're doing a live shot, and all of a sudden we lost connection. So in the middle of it, the floor director had to say, "Jenna, start talking," and she was like looking at herself, like looking at her phone. She was like, "Oh, what?" And so she had to start like reading everything else that like Dylan like wasn't able to say. And I was like, "Is this how like news is supposed to work?"
Is this typical?
Is this typical? So that was my first impression.
Did you do more news or sports?
I think I did more. Honestly, I think I did 2 news casts. I did one because it was Titan Recap at the time.
Oh, so you anchored sports when I was one of the other anchors.
That's right. I did anchor sports. I did. I anchored a couple times last semester too. And then I anchored, I think, once this semester, I want to say.
I did, like, twice, I think, soft. Okay, so funny. In my audition for that, they're like, good. They're like, just so you know, like, it's not like you just take your volume down. Because I did the audition, but as, like, theater. Yeah. Not being inexperienced and not realizing that, oh, yeah, you don't have to talk that loud. You know, you really only have to talk like this. You know, you don't have to be big and bold. And so that was, like, my first, like, oh, there's some good feedback for you. File that in the cabinet.
No, that was really great.
But yeah, Alex, what about you? Did you do more news or sports?
I was strictly news.
Like how strictly news? Like you did every week or?
I was in news. I think probably almost weekly. Yeah.
Bro was
Really?
in deep. Were you running cam or up top?
I think I did a lot of floor directing. I was mainly down below.
That must have been the year because you graduated before I did. A year before I did.
Yes.
So I bet that would have been the year I did nothing.
It would have been.
I swear I did broadcast like 2 times sophomore year. I anchored. Never touched it again, I swear, until like my super senior fall semester, and then I graduated. So
yeah, no, it would have been fall. I think 23.
Okay.
No, I forget when I graduated. No, it would have been fall 23.
Yeah, and I don't think I would have done it.
I actually I didn't work sports. I've only worked maybe like only a hiccup. Like you can count them on your fingers. Like I think like amount of sports broadcasts I worked. But this semester I directed a football game, which was really nice. And I remember like I was so scared leading up to this game, and I remember like it was Oshkosh against Stevens Point, and the second play of the game was just like a 60-yard bomb downfield, and the guy ran it in. And I was like, and like the sports director's like, take a replay. And I'm like, ready, replay, you got a replay? And he was like, I got a replay. And I'm like, okay, take replay. And then like the graphic, and I like get the graphic up, and it was so like I didn't know what to do.
You kind of have to like disassociate yourself as a fan.
Yeah.
To the point where it's like. You have to say so like I think of like if you like worked the Super Bowl and there was like a pick six or something crazy, you know. And I'm a Packers fan. Or like think back to like when the game before the Super Bowl, like BJ Raji picking it off and running it back as a big man. Like I just remember screaming in the living room. But it's like if you were directing it, you'd be like, all right, close up on right and touchdown. All right, we want to take quarterback, take opposing quarterback, Bears quarterback picture. All right, now back to the celebration. Then we're going to pull the fan. It's like.
I was laughing. I think it was last week. It was the Bears beat the Eagles, and the Eagles were like very, very disappointing. The guy whoever was directing that game was ruthless. They were cutting between so many fans booing, and after every play, it was just like camera shot to a disappointed fan.
That was true. At the end of the game, I did notice that as well. There was a lot of disappointment, and I was okay with that.
Gotcha. Yeah.
But you're a Ravens fan.
Yes, I am.
So how do you feel about your Ravens, my guy?
Last week, Thanksgiving was ruined for me, right? Thanksgiving, I don't think I've yelled at a TV like that ever since I raged at Fortnite in 2018. Like,
what did you guys play?
Bengals, the worst defense in the league, and Lamar had 2 of the worst fumbles I had ever seen.
Didn't they come back and win? Because
we didn't. No.
When I looked, you guys were beating that. No, you were
by
behind.
like maybe a point.
Yeah, you're right. You were behind by like 3 points, I think, when I looked.
Yeah, but the thing is, like there were like I think 3 or 4. There were 5 turnovers that game. And 2 from Lamar, like fumbling it in horrific ways.
Ravens alone or both teams?
Ravens. Oh my God, it was awful. Like and of course all my friends are watching. I invited them over because I was hometown. And I was like, hey, come watch this game. It's gonna be fun. It was not fun.
You have a big game this week too. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of a Steelers fan because of Aaron Rodgers, but
yeah.
What's your guys' record?
6-6. I'm pretty sure. And the Steelers are also 6-6.
What's Bengals?
Bengals
they're 5.
They have 5 wins.
That's crazy.
They have 5 wins, and they are currently behind us by like 1 game. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
So if right now it's a battle for the North, it's a battle for North, but like Packers, Bears, as well as Ravens, Steelers. That's gonna be a really good game.
I would argue records are a little different. No, I'm just kidding.
But like still, like you can kind of like. I think it is like whoever wins that game is going to.
That's what they're saying. That's they
will
be leading,
like,
but
that tie throws in so much. With the Packers, like that, like 1 tie they had with the Cowboys.
I mean, it helps us stay ahead of the Lions for sure because the Lions are breathing down us. But the fact that we beat them. It's crazy. Beat them twice is wild. I was expecting us to lose on Thanksgiving.
Also, during the when we were rehearsing for the improv show, I couldn't go to rehearsal because freaking Connor Anderson, he had season tickets and he invited me to the Eagles Packers game.
Ooh,
and I was so excited. It was like, look at these
to go
to the game.
Who were you cheering for?
obviously the Packers.
Okay.
I'm kind of like, obviously I'm a Ravens fan, and I think I'm a fan of the Ravens because I only follow football in like 2021, and it was because I saw like a video of the Ravens. I'm like, oh, this is pretty cool. So I just kind of associate that with like that's where I found my love for football.
Yep.
But I also be a Packers fan, because it's like I'm from Wisconsin.
Green Bay, make it scary Halloween,
The Green Bay Packers. But I also support the team, so I was supporting them. Yeah. But that was one of the worst games ever.
Yeah.
Like it was 0-0 halftime. Like
he took me to my first Packers game as well, and I vlogged it, and we beat the Chargers. But there's so many funny random stuff that happened.
I vlogged my trip to the draft because I went to that.
Oh yeah, how was that?
It was nice, but my friends wanted to leave because they're from Waterford, right? And they came and picked me up. But we left after the 6th pick. Yeah.
Why would you go?
I don't know.
No, I'm just saying like a rhetorical question.
Yeah, but like
why would you go to the draft?
I wanted to
stay at least see the first 2 rounds, and then you can leave.
Well, like the first night's the first round, right?
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, but there were like 300,000 people there. And I just remember I've never seen
anything or.
Oh no, it was I had a pretty good view.
Oh.
But it was still very iconic with like the Bears still suck and like and there was a Bears fan right in front of me. He was like flipping everyone off. All of their Packers fans like and he was like
the frickin' fibs.
Yeah. The fibs. But that was a crazy experience. I really wish I got to see it. We saw Ashton Genty get picked, and we got to see like Travis Hunter. There's not really much like.
Dude, if you would have been there when we picked the wide receiver, Golden,
that would have been golden.
I can't believe how loud that would have been there. To finally pick a wide receiver,
and my friend from my hometown, he was upset that he was like, I kind of wish we would have stayed, but he was really tired and like.
Did you guys have stuff going on the next day or?
No, they were just like they just wanted to get back home. That was.
I'm not gonna lie, I have PTSD of that kind of stuff, so that's why I'll always offer to drive, or I'll just be like, no, you know what, I'll just drive myself.
Yeah.
Because first off, normally it's the opposite. Usually I'm the one that wants to leave early, and I don't want to be like, hey, can we leave? Like, please. It's like, no, I'll see you guys later. I'm gonna head out. That's why my car, Or it's like the other reason for that exact moment. Where it's like, nah, I'll see you guys later. I'm staying. Whatever that is. It's I have the flexibility to do that.
They had driven me up there because I didn't have a car last year as well. Which I also produced a TV show without an entire car. So Josh was like being my errand boy and getting all this crap.
Is this your car or are you borrowing?
Oh yeah, this is my. Nice. Since I actually am up here with a house now in Oshkosh, I do have a car. So,
okay, did you buy the car or you had it?
My parents' money.
W's. Yeah. No, because I remember I asked if you wanted to be on or would be interested in it, like early on in this show's like lifespan or whatever. And I remember you're like, I don't have a car, and I didn't have the ability to take the show on the road yet, which I do now. But I was like, damn, that's tough because I can't. And then it just didn't work out.
Yeah, but I'm here now.
But now we are there right before the end of season 1, which I still haven't figured out how we're ending it, but it will end at some point, Are you working on any projects right now or anything like that?
Not really, just school. I'm working on school. I'll talk about a couple of things that I have done recently. In the summer, Bailey Harkey did a short film.
I did see that.
Yeah. And that was real fun.
Nice.
That was one of the coolest experiences I've ever done.
Okay.
Like the final, it was we filmed in Shawano, Wisconsin. And we were there for like 3 days, right? And I got to live in like an RV. Thank God. Like she like supplied that because of her grandparents. So that was awesome. But I got to the movie itself or the short film it's called Moth to the Slaughter, right? And it's like an 80s slasher film.
Okay.
Right? And so we're all like these 80s like kids, and it was like this reunion type thing, and then there's like a ghost story about like there was this group of kids who used to be there, and I had a monologue, and I love this monologue. Nice. And like where these old kids went to like the lake, and then like one kid was like abandoned by his friends, right? Mm-hmm. And then so like that night they didn't put out the flame for the campfire, and so it was like a moth to a flame. So yeah, so it was really cool, and I got to play this. I got to play a really cool character. Originally, I was gonna be someone else who is like the first to die, and I was so happy
that
I did it. I also get to drive a 70s convertible.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so that was really cool.
That's fun.
Yeah. And I got to meet a lot of people. Like that was one thing. I always love meeting people. Well,
you have to network.
Yeah.
You realize that.
Well, everyone was just so nice.
Yeah.
And it's very difficult. I feel like, well, from my experience, it's like, at least from high school, some people can be very like negative, but like in my college experience, I've like, it's like 1 to 10, like 1 to 20, I've met like a negative person. Like those are the chances. Like that's why I love it here. Like no one's been like mean or negative.
Besides the school themselves.
Well, besides the school. Besides, the UWO Gods feature. No.
Okay, before you get out of here, I want to talk about the voices because we did a short film together, which was a crazy experience. And I was just curious because I don't know if we ever really got to truly debrief on our experience working on set together. Because I think that might have been the first time
we really acted together. Yeah.
Yeah, because even in Shakespeare, our characters never talked to each other.
That's right. I mean, I feel like I really liked the location. It was a really cool experience for me. Like, it was very cold and like moggy and all that.
Yeah.
And then we had to like we had to get driven out to the location. And I think a golf cart got stuck in the mud at one point. I'm pretty sure.
Because it was like the ATV, whatever.
The ATV,
like, whatever they call it, UTV, I don't know. But dude, there's a couple times when we were driving, and I'm not gonna lie, I trust maybe they were pretty good drivers, but there's some people driving that I'm like, dude, I should be driving. Yeah, and I don't even know how to drive this. But they'd be going fast, and then all of a sudden there'd be like, I don't know what they call them, roots or whatever.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden they pull out of one, and there's water on both sides, and it's literally a narrow driveway. Like and it was like they couldn't stop because it was so muddy, so you'd start power sliding like almost into the water, and then they like somehow jam. I'm like, dude, no, I don't want to be here. I don't like,
dude. I was like, I don't feel safe. I need a trusted adult. Like, cause we almost went in the river, dude. Like, I was like, oh my god, we are so close.
Dude, that was the only thing I was like, a little sketchy.
But the cabins are nice.
Did we shoot 1 day or 2 days?
It was 1 day.
2 days there.
Well, yeah, it was
2 days.
We filmed a scene on Friday night.
Yep.
And then like 11 hours on Saturday.
Yep.
Which, I mean, I feel like
I thought that was fine. But I did not want to go back that Sunday.
Yeah, I did not want to go back that Sunday.
No way you were getting me back there Sunday. That's why I was like, bro, we gotta all suck it up.
Yeah,
and shoot focus. This because I ain't coming back.
I'm not coming back here. Oh yeah, no, that was that was a fun little like like film we did.
Yeah, I saw all the films from that class.
I didn't.
I was like, that was pretty good. I was able to get to the premieres of all of them. That was pretty, like, I feel like with the introduction, with Diller being a part of the department now, that film is actually having someone that's worked a little bit in it. Mm-hmm. That the products are a lot better, which is cool.
I might take 440 next semester.
I mean, I would if I was you. If like
I
you have nothing else that's pressing and nothing conflicting.
I still need to take 2. I know I can take it. No conflicts. Yeah. I should be good to take it.
Yeah. What else did you want to take?
I do need to still take like 2 lab classes. For the degree requirement, like
oh, you haven't done a
science.
single science?
No. That's one of the caveat with it.
Okay, take geography. Do they have to be pairing or no? Do you have to be pairing sciences or no? Pairing. So parent no. So when it used to be 4. You had to take 4 sciences, and then they switched it right before I graduated. I'm like, well, I'm not taking. So I took 3 sciences, but I was like, I'm not taking the 4th one. But out of the 3 I took a chemistry, but I took a chemistry 114 or something, or one, instead of like chemistry 15, which is harder. But it was like, what do you have to take like those classes that like go to events and we'll give you a grade. So that was the class I took though. So I would like maybe not do the grades on an exam, but I think I still got an A in the class because of all those extra grades that weren't a part of the actual chemistry. Then I did Bio 105, which was just tough. But I took a geography. I was like 114 or 16. It was like the introduction to geography, the best class you ever take. You actually learn the stuff that you need in real life, and like I still use to this day to understand like wind patterns, and like now that I'm on the coast, like I actually understand what coastal, how my like, are we westerly or are we just southeast of that, jet stream or whatever. So I would take that, and it's way easier than
I'm still trying to, because the reason I have a slot open for 440 was I was trying to bullshit my way into a lab class because I don't have the math 104 credit, because I next semester I'm taking my math credit, but it's a philosophy class, right? At the teacher I already know, she's awesome.
Wait, philosophy of what, math?
It's called Thinking Critically. That's what that's the class, right? I'm also taking a class called Telling Stories for Fun.
Telling stories for fun?
Telling stories for fun.
What's that out of, like English?
I'm trying to remember what it is.
That's math 105. No.
That's math 105. Yeah, no, the guy asked me like, "Oh, what math credit do you take?" I took trigonometry in high school, right? So I know like math, but I was like, I don't know.
Dude, my math I took, I was like, I wasn't deficient, but I wasn't like passed. So I was like just where you're supposed to be. And I think it was like math 104, whatever that is. And I did it when COVID was a thing. So we did it on Alex. Did you ever do Alex math?
Oh, I hated Alex.
No. Because, I mean, if you're trying to learn the math, it's not good. But if you're just trying to get by, you can do it. Because they literally give you the same exact question. They only have so many questions for like a topic. And once you go through all of those questions, you just have to write down the answers so that when you see the question pop up again, you have the answer right there. Yeah. So my notebook was like, this topic, these are the 3 questions. These are the answers. No, because you would literally be like, I have no idea. Show me how to do it. Write down the answer. You get to the next one, don't know how to do it. Just write down the answer. And then all of a sudden it shows you back one that you've already seen. You're like, oh, this is the answer.
That does do that. But I was the kind of person that was like, I actually tried to solve it.
Nah, I mean, there was some that you had to because you couldn't just like, but
yeah. Before we do end, I do want to say, because you were talking about like what projects I'm going to work on in the future. I am like, because you asked me before the show, like, am I, or someone, I think Alex asked me, he was like, am I going to go to the acting, more production side of things?
Ooh, okay. Yeah. Do we have an answer yet or no?
I think a mix of in between. So I was telling him I want to start writing my own like comedy shorts.
Dude, there's so many people. That's all that we want to do. Mm-hmm. So.
But I want to actually start because there's a lot of like dramatic stuff in here. Yeah. And one thing I've been saying is like, a lot of people write more realistic stuff, like realistic comedies or realistic. I want more like cuckoo stuff. You know what I like?
It's interesting. I've seen the industry has gone away from the not cuckoo, but like Marvel vibes to more realistic. I think America or just the world is like, bro, I just want to like watch someone that's like me, so I don't feel alone in my struggles, whatever struggle that is for that person. Yeah. But you also have the things like The Office that's cuckoo and weird, and it's like you need that also to like, but it's not too extreme. I think that it's unbelievable. Not too extreme, not like a Star Trek funny where it's like that's funny, but like spaceships still. It's like, but it's like The Office where it's like, oh, this would never happen in an office, or this situation most likely would never happen, but it's funny because it could.
Yeah, I want to start up like my own little YouTube TikTok like clip thing, and I want to like post like sketches there. Yes. That's something I really want to do. But
let me know, because that's what I'm working on with some people around here or in Savannah. So let me know if you have ideas. But I'm here until January 1st, so if you want to work on some stuff,
maybe
I talked to Jenna
until Jenna.
I've talked to Jenna, and I'm gonna be like, yo, this Saturday or something like that, like sometime.
Let me know, please.
I'm like, we're literally gonna meet up and we're gonna record. We're gonna write, record, and shoot, and we're gonna be done. Like, I don't want to talk about because that's what we've been doing this whole time. And that's not. I'm acting like Jenna. Like for me, I've been talking about this whole time. Like I want to do this. I want to do this. I want to do this. But I'm feeling like what I used to do with YouTube. I'm gonna post this YouTube, and it's gonna be fun. And then it's like I never would do it. And it's like, no. What you have to do is get in a room with people, and the expectation is we write it, we shoot it, and we post it.
You need collaboration. And so you can't do everything on your own.
So that's what I want to do. I just want to force us into a room and be like, we can't leave until we come up with content.
Let me know.
If you're interested,
I have a couple ideas roaming in my head.
Yeah.
And some of them are I always like you just spout the idea out, and then you work with the people around you to like work that idea down to its like last.
Do you like parody stuff?
I mean, like parodies. I think I've done.
Yeah, you don't like them.
Oh no, I've done. I think in high school I did a couple parody things. Okay. We did a Breaking Bad parody in high school. I was Jesse Pinkman.
I can see it.
But I would love to like do just like little sketches and like build. I want to start building a brand for myself, because after college, like,
do you still live stream?
Would
you live stream?
I do a lot of like game. I moving on from gaming stuff. I still kind of like still do that. I did make a video about like the repo game. I edited, like, it took me so long to edit that video. But I do have like a YouTube channel. It's just it's like inconsistency is at like here. Bro.
Yeah, I want this month. I want to get people together, kind of like what we talked in the past.
Lethal
to play
Company.
games. So Lethal Company is one of them. Dead by Daylight is one of them.
Yeah.
I don't want to spend money on games because I don't have a lot of money, because I know Arc Raiders is another one. But I'm like, I just don't want to pay for that.
Anything that's like under $10, I'm usually willing to buy.
And that's kind of where I'm at too. But I know I'm trying to get like Alex and Jenna and Luke, and it's just like people like that. And I know Jenna wants to start creating content too, because she's in the phase that we're all in, where it's like, okay,
Let me know.
I'm not in a career path. But if that's the case, what are you doing tonight? No.
I'm in school, man.
Yeah.
I'm not. Well, you are too, but you're here.
Yeah. I'm on break.
No, well, I do Lethal Company. One game me and my friends have been playing recently is a game called RV There Yet?
Yes. Yeah.
Oh my! I had never I laughed so hard because my friend kept destroying the RV, and the premise of the game is just like you driving through this like map, drive around, and you can't destroy the RV. And there's just a clip where like all of our mics are muted, we didn't realize that, and I walk out the thing and we're at a cliff, right? And I just told my friend, okay, so the first thing you don't want to do is go forward. And as I say that, he just goes off the cliff and just into this pit, and then the RV explodes. It's such a fun game.
So, okay, that's good to know. I'll keep you in the loop then. I might make a group chat with some people and be like group chat with like 10 people and be like, yo, who's on to do something this night? And it might just be different based on the nights because people availability. But
let me know.
I'm really good at just like, yo, does this day work? No? Cool. What about this day? But
all right.
Sweet. Awesome. Let's take GoPro. Thank you, Logan, for being here. Alex, thank you for taking time out of your schedule to be here. I appreciate it as always.
Absolutely.
And if you made it this far, consider dropping a like, subscribe to the channel, all the good stuff. And we will see you next week. Peace.
I won't.